Yes.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And I think you made the right choice in tuning in, because I think that we have a lot to offer in terms of tertiary education. We have several universities who are in the top 100 of the world, and we also have, with Leuven, the world's most innovative university, or Europe's most innovative universities. And if you take into account that our fees are very, because our government sponsors a great deal of the cost of one's education, and that our cost of living is also comparatively low, then you will find that coming to Belgium to study, you will not, you will have that which you will need, because you will find your right of Europe, money left, and hopefully enough time to explore a little bit Belgium, and also, of course, the country around it, to whom we are exceptionally well connected. So I would say, come study in Belgium. You will not regret it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador Andy de Taey, for this nice introduction. From my side, I am in Brussels. My name is Renilde, and I work for Study in Flanders. And I'm going to quickly introduce you to the higher education system in Flanders and Brussels. And at the end, please stay tuned in, because we have a student from Singapore who is studying here right now, and she will tell her story. Yes, Stella is waiting for you as well. So here's an overview what I'm going to tell you, some quick facts about Belgium, Flanders, and Brussels. As you see on the map, we are here, right in the middle of Europe, very easy to travel and visit other places in Europe. The Flemish higher education, of course, is in Flanders, and Flanders is the north part of Belgium, the Dutch-speaking part. The capital is Brussels, as you may know. And we have, of course, the neighboring countries, the Netherlands, Germany, Luxembourg, France, and a quick ride in the train under the channel brings you to the UK as well. So Belgium was one of the 6 founding members of the EU. The total population is 11 million, a little bit more than 11 million, and we have 3 official languages, Dutch, French, and German. And as I said, Dutch is the official language here in Flanders. Brussels is bilingual, and we have a small German-speaking part in the east of the country, close to Germany. Flanders is a federated entity of the federal state of Belgium. This is important just to know that education is a competency of the Flemish community. So it has a separate Minister of Education than the French-speaking part of Belgium. The total population of Flemish inhabitants is 6.5 million. So the Brussels capital has a bit more than 1 million of inhabitants. So it is a capital, but it's also relatively small and very easy to navigate. But we have, of course, a lot of international organizations, and also the headquarters of NATO, the European Commission, and so on. So as the ambassador said, we are a very, very interesting study destination for you. We don't make so much publicity maybe, but in fact, we should, because we think it's a real good deal for you. First of all, we have excellent higher education, up in the rankings, good teaching facilities, lab facilities, and so on. Research facilities, of course. But then the quality price ratio is one of the best I think you can get in Europe, because the government indeed subsidizes higher education. Access to higher education is a very important value here. So we think it should be affordable, and of course non-EU citizens will pay a bit more than EU citizens, but still it is very affordable. Society here is very open, multilingual. You will find that English is widely spoken here in Brussels, also French if you like. So I think it's easy to feel at home and find international friends here. Then, of course, we are an economically strong region. This is a picture of the port of Antwerp, where logistics is one of the things that is very important for our economy. As you can imagine, we are a big port for a small country, but then, of course, there is a whole lot of Europe that gets goods from the port of Antwerp. And Brussels, of course, is the capital of Europe. We have the European Commission, the Parliament, the Council. It's very easy to travel, say 2 hours by train or plane to almost every country in Europe. But also a lot of people from Europe come to Brussels. Now a bit less in COVID times, we have less physical meetings, but soon we hope this will be better. So it's also a place where you meet the rest of Europe, even if you don't have to travel. And then quality of life. I hope Stella will later also tell a bit about her life. This is a picture of the city of Ghent, by the way, also in non-COVID times, of course, with a lot of people. We don't have this crowded events right now, but we still have nice bars and restaurants respecting all the distance measures right now, and you can actually meet up with friends still respecting this security distance. Now to the higher education system. Actually, we have a binary higher education system, which means that we have 2 types of education institutions, so research universities and universities of applied sciences, and the schools of arts in Flanders are integrated in those universities of applied sciences. So if I show you this, you have to look at it in 2 horizontal lines. So if we start with this line up here, you can start in a university with an academic bachelor, continue to a master. If you want, you go to the labor market, or you continue on an advanced master, or you can also do a PhD. In a University of Applied Sciences, you can start with a professional bachelor. The difference between these 2 is that the professional bachelors, they are bachelor degrees. On your degree will be written bachelor, and at degree level there's no distinction. But the approach is different. You will have more case studies, you will have more people from the industry coming to talk to you, you will have field trips, you will have internships, and if you want, you can go straight to the job market. We do also have associate degrees, but we have them only in Dutch, so maybe that's less interesting for you. If after a professional bachelor you want to study a master's, you can go to a bridge program and go on to the master's. The content of this bridge program will be determined by the type of master you're going to study. So in a nutshell, the associate degrees are very short. They prepare very quickly for the labor market, but as I said, only in Dutch. Then professional and academic bachelors both are 180 credits, so that's ideally 3 years. Only nursing takes 4 years. And then, sorry, masters, we have 1-year masters and 2-year masters. That's maybe also interesting, because in some European countries, I think you only have 2-year masters, but we do have masters. Let's say masters of economics can be done in 1 year. Now, the names of the institutions, as I said, 5 research universities: Ghent University, Hasselt University, KU Leuven, which is the biggest, University of Antwerp, and VUB here in Brussels, and that's Stella's university she will talk about later. And then we have 13 universities of applied sciences and arts. As you see, I've listed them here. You will also find them on our website. Those are the ones offering the professional bachelor's degrees. For the study programs, we do have quite some English taught programs, mainly at master level, but also at bachelor level, at IT, business, game design, all kinds of bachelor's degrees we have, and you all find them on our website. We have a very good page there for to search, so you can say which field you like, and then the search engine finds the programs we have in English. what is very interesting for you, tuition fees. So the cheapest are around now 50 euros and up to 6,000. That's say the average. The institutions can decide on their own, and even within one university you can have different fees, so it's always important to check for one program and the other. We have some exceptions where they are a bit more expensive. For example, if they are Erasmus Mundus joint masters, you normally get a grant, but if you didn't get the grant and you want to pay yourself, it's going to be a little bit more. Admission criteria depend on the program of choice, so there is no straightforward admission criteria I can give you right now. It really depends. If you want to study engineering, you might have to do SATs. If you want to study social sciences, this will not be required, but what is always required is the proof of English proficiency, for example, TOEFL or IELTS tests. And your previous degree has to give access to this level of study you are choosing. This also happens at institution level. So let's say you're looking for a bachelor, then you have to come with your high school degree, and the institution is going to give you the check if this is equivalent to what we need for entrance at university or University of Applied Sciences. So it doesn't happen at a central ministry level, it happens in the institutions. For a few programs we have entry exams like medicine, dentistry, but they're all in Dutch. Fine arts, of course, and music, there it's usually a portfolio with some interviews. And also for teaching degree, if you want to become a teacher in, let's say, elementary school, but these are also in Dutch. So probably you don't need more information on those. For the admission deadlines, check early. Usually admissions open around November and close February 1st of March. And then some institutions also go up to April, May, June, even for non-Europeans. But of course, you need time to process your visa. So check on early, because this will also differ from one institution to another. But you find a lot of information and also links to the institutions on our website. And then cost of living. So we were filming for a promotion video, which will come online in October. So check our website. You will see a lot of interviews with students, and I asked them all, what is the cost of living according to you? I put here 850, which is, I think, really enough. Most of them said they pay around 400 for rent for the room, and then they need another, let's say, 400 for food and entertainment, transportation, and so on. So if we say 850, I think we are on the safe side. Of course, the housing then is in student accommodations. If you want a private flat with your own kitchen and bathroom, it could be maybe 500 a month instead of 400. Visa applications. So there's a good explanation of the different steps to take on our website. What is very important, so first, of course, you do the admission. Once you have your admission letter, you can process the visa. You need a proof of solvency. Right now, this is what the government requires is 670 euros a month. You can put this on a blocked account, or you can, if you have a scholarship, of course, the scholarship letter will be the proof of solvency. But we are picking up messages from the government that this amount may change. So by the time you are going to apply, you should really check this again, because it could be a bit more than 670. As I said here, we put also the link for the embassies, but in Singapore, we have our ambassador here, and I think he knows us very well. So if you apply for a study visa, I hope this will go smoothly. Scholarships, we do have scholarship programs. I already mentioned Erasmus Mundus programs, but we also have our own scholarship program for master studies funded by the Flemish Ministry of Education. This is called Mastermind Scholarship Program. It's a very competitive program. We have high standards to participate, and it's the university of your choice who will decide if they put your application forward for this program. So you have to be pre-selected by the university, and then there is a central selection commission here in Brussels. This happens in spring, and then you would know the result, let's say the 1st of June, so that you can apply for the visa and everything on time. Then we also have some scholarships from the host institutions. This is usually like a reduction of the tuition fees in certain fields, or for certain outstanding students, they offer this. And now I give the floor to Stella. Stella is a student here. You see her picture of Stella at the Grand Place in Brussels. But today she is sitting here in our building, and she will tell about her life here in Belgium.
Yep. Hi everyone, I'm Stella, and I chose the VUB because I just wanted to study in Europe, and I saw like the tuition fees are quite affordable. I major in social sciences, so each year I pay exactly 3,900 euros for my tuition fees. It's even cheaper in Singapore for some like SMU and NUS, and it's really reputable. And yeah, social sciences was exactly what I wanted. But if you wanted something like business, they also have it in English for bachelor level. So that was a difficulty, like trying to find English bachelors in Europe that's affordable. And so far, my academic life in VUP has been really enriching. I mean, I'm really lucky it's my second year now. So the first year I got to go to classes and party, all that. So my class, the cohort size is 300 people, a bit more than that. And then there's around 70 plus nationalities. So that was one of the huge selling point as well. You don't need to go, I mean, you have like the whole world like in the classroom. So there's a lot of very interesting opinions. Even my friend group, like they are Belgians as well. I think I'll say maybe around like 20-25% of Belgians in the course. So you really get a good balance of friends that you get to meet. And my admission process was quite straightforward, I'd say. So in Singapore, I studied Polytechnic. So after secondary school, high school, I went to Temasek Polytechnic, and I graduated with a diploma in communications and media management. So that I get to prove that my studies was all in English. I didn't have to take an English test in this case. And with social sciences, I didn't have to take a math test, but if you study something like business, let's say in KU Leuven, which is also in Brussels for their business course, you'll be required to take a math test, because I did email them and ask about it, but definitely check up with them again. So for me, I didn't have to. So yeah, I just had to write a motivation letter, show my results that they are above a certain grade, and yeah, I got accepted pretty quickly. I applied the first week that I could. So I think it was in December I already did. And the people at the administration in VUB, they were very friendly. They are quite used to international students, I'd say. So if anything, they will ask you for more documents. Oh, I had to give testimonials as well from my lecturers. So I proved with 2 testimonials too. But yeah, it really depends. They will look at your application personally and ask you if they need more information. Okay, so my tuition fees I've covered. My cost of living. So I'm very lucky I got the student dorm. So I live in school, and it's only 15 minutes by metro to the central also. And I pay 320 euros per month for my rent. So I get a room. I have to share with 6 people, but it's a student dorm, so it's a very friendly and nice environment. And you know that it's secure as well. So yeah, that's like the big expense, right? Tuition fees and then your rent. With daily expenses, yeah, grocery stores, you can find like the budget ones. There's like Aldi and all that. And it's something that you can control, you know? So I would say around, let's say, yeah, 700 euros if like I try my best to like keep it down. When you go out for drinks, alcohol here is way cheaper than Singapore, like obviously, and like beer, it's amazing. So, and when you're living among students, everyone wants to be thrifty, so it's easy. Yeah. And what else? Yeah, my student life in Brussels. It's been so fun. It's great because yeah, you're in the city, the capital. So I think it's like it's really international, even outside of school as well. And everyone has been really nice. I can just say like I enjoyed myself, and it's definitely the right choice. Like I've never been happier like choosing to study here. It's very safe, I would say, as well. What else? Yeah, that's what I have to say about Belgium and Brussels in specific so far.
Okay, yes, now my sound is working. So I said thank you so much, Stella, for sharing your story. It is good to hear that you're happy here and that your studies are going well. So as you heard, the cost of living is really affordable. Even I think Stella goes by even less than 850 a month. So now we have time for your questions. I think I see one question already. So I see a question from Anouk. In which language is the veterinary medicine program in Ghent University? This would be in Dutch. Yes, so and there is an entrance test. We call it in Dutch Akingstest, and you have to sign up for it in advance. Check on the website because there is a deadline, and it's compulsory to take it. But if your result is not very high, you can still start the studies. It's not like the medicine and dentistry exam, but there is a test. Then we have the next question from Margot. Is there a liberal arts and sciences bachelor taught in English? I have had this question several times. Up to now, we don't have a liberal arts program, but I hear talks that some universities are thinking of planning one. So keep checking, I would say, the bigger universities' websites, and then of course as soon as it's officially approved we will also have it on our programs page of our website, but right now unfortunately not. And then we have Haitham. Your question is, are there scholarships for students from Singapore? Yes, as I said, the Mastermind Scholarship Program is valid for students from all over the world. So you can compete with everybody else. You just have to be pre-selected by your university of choice, and they will require a certain GPA, which is like 3.5, I think it's very high, and the level of English also. And then, is Flanders a Dutch-speaking area or German? No, Flanders is a Dutch-speaking area. The German-speaking area is in the east of Belgium with only 70,000 people. So Flanders is Dutch-speaking, but as we said, we do have many English-taught programs, and English is widely spoken. Also in campus environments, you will find signposts and everything in English, right, Stella? That's right. Okay, more questions? We do have 5 minutes. Okay, I see Henry's question. Can you go through a master in Belgium just after being graduated from a diploma in engineering at Singapore University? I would say yes. I'm not sure if engineering is then a bachelor program. They will, I would say definitely yes, but if it's not a bachelor program, if it's like an associate degree, then you could go to a bachelor program. So it depends what kind of engineering program you have in Singapore University. But this is actually a question for your admission department of the university of your choice. As I said, this doesn't happen at the central level like maybe in other countries. So do get in touch already with the universities where you thought you would study, and they will answer you rather quickly, I would say. Any more questions? We have 4 more minutes, so please shoot. Or everything was so clear that we explained everything you needed to know. So as I said, our website studyinflanders.be has a lot of information also on the visa process, the steps for admission. You can read everything through again there. We have also other practical information there. And we will have a video in, let's say, mid-October with testimonials of students in different cities. Also, we have 2 alumni in the video who did a degree here. One has a startup, and one, she was headhunted already during her studies of business economics, and she's working here now. So those stories might interest you as well, to get an idea of what it's like to study here and what the country looks like, because we went filming in very nice locations, on a rooftop bar in the city center where all the people ride their bikes and scooters. And so I think I have the expectation that it's going to be a fun video to watch. I see there are no more questions anymore. Okay, thank you as well for attending this webinar. I really hope you make a good choice, and I wish you all the best of luck with your future and your studies in Europe, hopefully in Belgium. You're welcome. See you. I have to